Katie.
And I'm Sam.
And we're at Halfling Ever After. Today we're going to talk about herbs that you want to have in your garden for a first aid kit. There are so many great herbs out there and I recommend so many of them. However, if you're just going to do a few or a dozen, we've chosen some
Basics.
that are growable, even for people that maybe don't have a lot of experience growing, and some are going to grow whether you want them to or not, and that also have multiple uses. I particularly tried to find herbs that could also be used as food. Sam here is a horticulturist and our resident gardener and knows lots about making things grow. I am not so good in that area, but I know how to use the things he grows, so we're a good team. If you're on medication, then you want to be checking for interactions between your medication and any herbal supplements, because herbs are powerful. I'm not a doctor. I'm suggesting them as herbal supports for your system. I don't use remedies or medicine. These are herbal supports to help your body be better. So now we're going to move on to herbs that will help the skin, and we'll start with aloe.
Aloe, you're probably not going to be able to grow outside. It's a tender succulent. You can grow it in your windowsill, though. It's very easily grown, and it takes an amazing amount of abuse. I think we've had one chunk living in our medicine cabinet without any light or water or any soil for a couple months.
Yeah, since I was burned.
And it looks fine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit creepy. I would use it if I were bit by a zombie, because it seems like a zombie plant. So.
It says that you should keep, if you were to cut off aloe to keep it, you need to keep it in the fridge, but I wasn't thinking after I was burned, and so I just threw it there, and yeah, it does still, it just sort of scabbed over, and it's just hanging out. It still feels right and everything. A couple months ago, I was cooking and got a second-degree burn and was blistering up, and it was really painful. I had heard burns were painful. This was really painful, and it kept going on, and so I was trying a whole bunch of my different herbal remedies, and the one that brought the most relief, any relief, was the aloe plant. And what I ended up doing was just slicing open the leaf and not doing the pushing out the gel, just like bandaging the open leaf on my hand, and it was great. It helped a lot. The gel is good for all types of burns, including radiation burns. It is not, however, for staph infections, because it's a sweet gel that can
Feed
bacteria. Yeah.
So probably not for yeast either.
Oh, yeah. Some interesting things that I actually didn't know about aloe. Aloe can be used as a sunscreen, natural sunscreen. You can use it on bed sores. Some people take it internally. I don't, so I'm not going to really get into that, except for to say that if you want to take it internally, you should buy aloe vera juice that's been prepared properly, and then be very careful about consuming it. Make sure you know what you're doing, how much you're taking, and how long you're going to consume it for.
Aloe can also be used for a greeting.
Hello. Hello. The next skin herb that we're going to look at is calendula. I love calendula. Almost every herbalist that I know loves calendula because it's so pretty and happy. When you harvest it, it's got this stickiness that smells really good, and it just feels
sweet kind of resins.
Yeah.
And it's a cheerful color. The more common variety, garden variety, is bright yellow, bright orange, very pleasant. And it's another one that the garden insects like. It's also known as pot marigold, as in you can put it in your pot and eat it. And not
salads.
Pot and smoke it. It makes a really pretty addition to the salad. It's reasonably tasty. And it grows quite easily. It makes a lot of seeds. It's easy to save the seeds, and it self-seeds, so you don't have to worry about really carefully preserving your calendula bed. It'll spread.
And they keep flowering over and over, so...
From about July here until a really, really hard frost. They're still blooming.
So I could go out and harvest all the time. Yeah. And the kids, they're actually the perfect height for collecting the calendula blossoms, and they just pop off the top. Just such a lovely plant. Calendula is effective for internal and external injuries. It's antiseptic, and internally it is good for reducing fevers and gastrointestinal issues. It's also really lovely in bath tea. When you take a bath with herbal infusion, the herbs come through your skin, so you're still receiving the benefits by bathing in them. Calendula oil is a common preparation. You want to make sure your calendula is very dry, all the way dry. And this is whether you're going to just keep it dried or use for oil. Calendula, we've had some calendula harvests mold because we thought they were all the way dry, and they weren't, and they seemed awfully dry. So you want to be very careful. Make sure it's all the way dry. And then you put that into a jar, fill it up with blossoms, and pour olive oil is fine. Almond oil is nice with the calendula. And then you let it sit for 6 weeks. And then what I do is I do a double strain. So I strain out the oil, put new calendula blossoms into the jar, pour that oil that I just strained over the new blossoms, let that sit for 6 weeks, and then you've got a really strong calendula oil that is great for rashes, and it's cloth diaper safe, so that's handy.
It's also a dye. You can use it for dyeing.
Did we...
Not like dying to death.
And our final skin herb that we'll be talking about is plantain. And this is the plant that is good for stings, cuts, maybe stinging nettle. We'll let you know. What you do is you take the fresh leaf, and you can take dried leaf too, and you chew it up, and then you put it over the bite. I don't know if you actually let me do that time that you had all those bee stings. I'm pretty sure you said no. And
no,
I was
I didn't.
so frustrated. I wanted to put chewed up plantain on you. It will soothe the irritation and the infection, and will look really styling. You missed out.
It'd be an excellent sunscreen as well.
Right. It's actually just clothing. I'm teaching you how to grow your clothes.
Almost armor, really.
It's a lot of spit. It treats blood poisoning, and it supports your upper respiratory system. It's highly nutritious. The only way I saw to consume it, I haven't consumed it other than chewing it up and sticking it on people, was to powder it and add it to foods.
It's very fibrous. The leaves have little strings in them, so I wouldn't want to chew it myself.
Or maybe that's why it's so easy to use as a poultice, because
it holds together.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The psyllium seeds are the seeds for plantain. So psyllium seeds are fibrous, very good for digestion.
Move the stools again.
Yes.
To give you bulk.
Right. Right.
And push it out.
So that psyllium
doesn't
seeds
that
are
also
good.
help with diarrhea and give you some bulk? Is that something that might be something else? Don't quote me on that.
Okay, we don't know about diarrhea in this case.
As per relating to plantain
Right.
seeds.
Right.
We know a
we have
lot
children. Plantain oil is also, just like how I was talking about making the calendula oil, plantain oil is a common preparation. Next time, we're going to talk about nervines, tonics for your nervous system to chill and deal when stuff hits the fan.
So, click subscribe and live Halfling Ever After.